Hey guys, Pete here, and welcome to this, I suppose, sort of case study. On Friday, I sent you an email talking about the Power Five, the new Facebook, I suppose, structure in the way they want us to do our campaigns. So what I figured I'd do is run a couple of tests, and the results are a little bit weird. And I said I'd get back to you on Tuesday. So today is Tuesday, and what I want to do is run through the results and we can take a look at them. Honestly, I think it's a little early to draw any conclusions. I will say that I'm happy that I have Google campaigns going that keep the consistency, because this is a little bit weird. Now, there are a number of things to consider when we run these kinds of tests. It's all good saying, we are going to test the structure in which Facebook tells us to do, and then if it doesn't work, to say it doesn't work. The thing is that there's a big part of everything you do, especially with Facebook ads, are your creatives. So I'm not convinced by these results just yet, but I'm actually willing to let this run a little bit longer and test some different creators and see what we do. So the idea was to structure our campaigns in the way that Facebook tells us to do, right? So basically it's giving them more power to go out and find customers, which is terrifying, and it doesn't work all the time. And as you're going to see, it's not very consistent. So what I did was I started this on Friday, which was April 12th. Okay, so that was on Friday. I turned off all my other campaigns, and I just I broke this up into two sections. One is cold traffic. I mentioned I was going to do 10 campaigns underneath there, but I ended up doing 5. And basically, I've got one is my competition, and then I've got 4 different lookalike audiences. One of people who have added to cart more than twice in the last 30 days, one of people who have purchased more than 2 products, people who have purchased more than 1 product, and $100 plus spent on my site. Okay, so you can see the first day. Look, whenever you start a campaign, the first day it's a little bit, the results are a little bit funny, because sometimes they try to push through the budget as quickly as possible. Now, these are all going to this is all a video, okay? That is a brand new video, unproven. Maybe I should have taken a proven creative, which I might try and test tomorrow. But this was an unproven video. So on day one, we're looking pretty good with some of these. Now, others not so much, right? So they pushed $13 of the budget to the competition audience, and that didn't make a sale, and actually had really shitty costs as well. We're paying $13 for 9 clicks. But this one looked a bit better down at the bottom here. So we had 3 sales at $8, and it's probably important that I tell you my metrics is I've worked very, very hard to get my average order value up with this particular store. So we used to be on we used to be on about 36, 37. We're about up to 44, 45 now. On a really good day, we get closer to 50. So anything, if I can, make sales between, $11 and $13, that's really great. If I can get it a little bit less, that would be amazing. But those are kind of my metrics for this particular shop. So this was day one. And then if we go and look at the warm traffic, kind of similar results, a little bit more expensive, and I'll just show you which audiences we're targeting here. So I've got 50% video views, so we're running a video in the cold traffic, and then we want to immediately retarget people who have watched more than half of that video. We've got our custom audience, website visitors, and then we have our engagement audiences. Now, I've got another article on this on my blog about how we drive crazy engagement, and it works really, really well. So it builds up these engagement audiences for free, and then we retarget them. So the creative for this is a actual it's a dynamic product ad, right? So what I've done is I've created a dynamic product catalog based on, I think it's 35 or 40 of my best selling products in this particular shop. So I'm trying to put my best foot forward with this particular campaign. Okay, so those are the audiences, and that's what's happened so far. Now we come here, we look at Saturday. This was a terrible day. Saturday absolutely tanked, and we had 3 sales to the warm traffic at $31 a pop. Ooh, that's brutal. And we had 2 sales at $46 a pop. So as you can see, it didn't even spend all my budget on that day. But yeah, that was a really, really brutal day. And we're going to look at warm traffic. And again, thank goodness we've got Google running. But you can see here, it did try and push more of the website visitors, and this is a trend that I'm starting to see, and I'll show you a little bit more. It pushed, more traffic from this particular audience. Remember, we had budget optimization, so Facebook is kind of guessing. Facebook is using its incredible AI to do this, but you can see how that kind of spread out. And if we go back to our campaigns, we'll see the cold traffic was even worse. And the cold traffic's not as bad as yesterday. But you can see this one, $16 a sale. This one sale at $39. It pushed the majority of the budget towards that particular campaign. So how are we optimizing? Are we optimizing based on purchases, or are we optimizing based on link clicks? Good question. But you can also see that these are still learning. So this is why I'm a little bit hesitant to call it now. I actually do want to test this. Right, so that was Saturday, which was horrific. And then let's see what happened on Sunday. Now, on Sunday, okay, so it was a little bit better. The warm traffic is starting to kind of work, move towards where I need it to be. We spent $101 for 8 sales. It's still not nearly as good as it used to be in the heyday, but let's just have a look at how Facebook spread that. And it pretty evenly. The sales are pretty even. However, the budget allocation, $47 went to website visitors again. So now you can start to see now they're starting to push more towards that those website visitors. We got a few more, a little bit more now to the video views, and then $18 only $18 to the engagement audience. So this engagement audience historically has done pretty well for me. So I wish maybe they would push a little bit more traffic to there, but let's just see how this thing goes. Back to campaigns, and let's just have a look at the cold traffic. And right, so this customer's 1+ purchase got the lion's share of the traffic, $36. And look, I think the link clicks are starting to go up a little bit more, but these numbers are pretty shit. I'm not very happy with them. This I don't know if this is really working, to be honest, this cold traffic. I'm going to change the creative, and I think when you see what happened yesterday, this is you'll probably agree with me. Right, and then we go here, and then we see Monday, yesterday, and it's even worse. So we had 1 sale for $98. Thank you, Facebook. That's great. We had 97 clicks for $98, which is also pretty average. Now, granted, Monday in this niche for this particular store is usually a bad day, but not that bad. So let's see what's happening with the warm traffic campaigns. Let me come check on here. And right, so now you can see this engagement audience is looking pretty good. Pretty good. It's looking much better. But again, if you remember yesterday, they spent 18 and now it's only spent 12, but we still got 2 sales at $6. This website visitors has now gone to over half the budget for 1 sale, right? And then this video view audience is doing okay. That seems to be going down. I can't remember what it was yesterday, but we do have 4 sales. So this is a little bit of a catch-22 with these video sales, right? Because basically we are retargeting the cold traffic, people who have watched 50%. This keeps going down, which is good. I don't think 4 days over the weekend is enough to draw any conclusions here. But this is going down, but the problem is that this cold traffic audience, that is the video, that's not really working too well. So we're going to have to make a call on that, and maybe split the creatives up and see how that goes. But we're going to continue with this little experiment and see how it goes. So I'm going to let it run out today. And then maybe what I'll do tomorrow is I'm going to swap out some of the creatives for the cold traffic. I don't know if I want to do a dynamic product ad for cold traffic as well. That might be an idea, I suppose. That could actually work. We might try that actually. As you can see, I'm doing this on the fly. Right, so let's see what we can do. Let's try and get these per purchases down below 10. What I am going to keep a very close eye on and report back on is this website visitors here, because this is now starting to, the campaign budget optimization is starting to work. It's starting to optimize in inverted commas. In other words, it's really starting to pull this my retargeting audience out as the one to really go after. So on another note, if that keeps happening, I'm going to have to make a plan. But what I might do is push my Google Display Network campaigns up to drive more traffic to my site and see if that has an effect on these numbers, and see if we're getting new fresh eyes to the site, if they are then going to come to the newsfeed and hopefully buy. So there are a lot of metrics, there are a lot of touch points here, and there are a lot of, it's a very difficult to draw a conclusion over 4 days, but it's also very difficult when you are swapping out creatives and trying to find the winners. But what I'm going to do is keep doing that, and I will probably shoot another video for you on Friday if this is helpful. If it's not helpful, let me know. But yeah, hopefully this is helpful. Maybe we can keep tweaking these and see what happens. Cool. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to get in touch.